The Heavenly Father praise continue to provide for those who have, take to those who are Sexual Revolution, The Joy of Sex, 1972 becomes a bestseller, losing attitudes towards premarital sex and even extramarital sex. Vincent Canado, prayer fire. Lectures in history, Universities of Massachusetts, Boston history professor. To provide for him, Father, the matter is that he's provided for others. I posted a YouTube video before this one, and it was it's titled "I Love New York." It was pertaining to it's pertaining to abortion, and our bitches take to what they do. You know, that's just some shit that needs to come to a hope like yesterday. You know, when they say you need to learn that yesterday, you know, that's what that needs to come to. In New York, man, still fucking me up. That shit hit my heart. It always has hit my heart. How somebody can sit there and uphold the law that says one nation under God. And then how life has itself be is because of the fact that we are made equal, meaning within us provides for us to give as well receive. So acknowledge the fact that we're of a brotherhood, the one that consists of, the one that provides for. 9 months you're able to carry that child, and you have that in your head to place, you know, on my father's heart to deal with. He has to go 9 months thinking about that. That's some shit that no man, no father should ever in life, no heavenly being should never take to when it comes to that, and how his daughters are before him taking to certain shit that doesn't allow. No case is able to have itself justified. I don't care who you are, what you do, how you do. You know, what organization with, how many years you sat there and provided for, as well took to protest, or you took to the law. You know, the law contradicts itself. That's just what it is. That's how, you know, things that don't allow us to become up, because of how people sit here and say that this amendment, that amendment, all this amendment, and all this and whatnot has itself be deemed, you know, justified. When in reality, you know, it's not even justifiable. It's not even holding. It doesn't even hold to a lot of things that don't allow us to get. It doesn't hold to anything that allows us to get. That my father don't follow laws. He gives to what needs to provide for a person to receive from the time. And with these two, Jesus says, you love your father with all your heart, mind, body, soul, and spirit, as well love your neighbor. Your neighbor means your brother. Today's day is your brother, as well the next man, and how he has to do for his family and loved ones. And everything will be. Let your yeses be your yeses, and let your noes be your noes. And I'm on the subject, the fucked up road to prevention, the one that consists of abortion right now, but to address certain shit, you know, when it comes to like life and how people have it. You know, the law contradicts itself because it takes to the acknowledgement of on how one person has the right to do such and such. Homosexuality, gay marriages, so-called gay. There is no matrimony. Is that of the consists of the truth and purest of love, and how he has placed it before him to give to. You know, the planning, the preparation, failing to prepare. You know, preparing to fail. He always takes the measures he needs to have his children be where they need to be. That's why Jesus said, peace I leave you, peace I bring you, peace give unto others. See, the law that we're under, that y'all are under, is what I take to provide for certain things to build when it comes to having us receive from, you know, has itself in certain places to be what gay marriages are to take to. But the thing is this, a man and woman are the only ones that are provided with to give to that option. Because if you have this law to where it consists of whether you believe that that's marriage, or you take to how that's marriage and that's matrimony, there'll be no other matrimony. There'll be no other marriages. You're only at the blessing to experiment with a possessed mind, to tell you the truth, because that's all it is. You know, two women can't bring a child into this world. Two men can't bring a child into this world. It's not what it has. It doesn't give. You can say whatever you want to say, find the law, or take two, that amendment, this amendment, or this man's clause, or however, whatever, when it comes to certain things. But the reality of the shit is that's what it is. The only reason why you have option is because of, you know. But like I was saying, when it comes to abortion and all this other shit that has life, be the way it is. It's for that very reason we become a statistic. We get caught up in a way that doesn't allow people to say certain things that, the Lord's provide for us to be able to say that, I'm the one who said. You want to take to promiscuity to be light with the subject. You want to take to the fact that I'm not in my right element, right state of mind, or I'm not in the position to have a child, or I'm not ready for that, or it's my body, or however, whatever, when it comes to a lot of things that consist of why a woman takes to what they take to when it comes to having an abortion, or how a husband will tell his wife, the mother of 3, children, 4 children before, to take to the fact that, since you don't got no money, since you don't have the fact that you're able to provide for another child, or you're able to, give to, that blessing that you have, that it's better that we just keep to it in the way that it is, that, money has itself be. That's more important than when it comes to the fact that, life has. In other words, you're removing faith. It says walk by faith, not by sight. We acknowledge the fact we have when we take to the very things that we're thinking, when it comes to the fact that on how you get scared and you run off and you tend to take to mind, oh man, what's going to really happen, or what if, and this and that. And then you come to find yourself being in a position that shit just takes away from your life even more, because of the decision you made ain't gonna allow you, ain't gonna keep to you, ain't gonna provide for you to live, ain't gonna provide for you to give. Ask anybody who had an abortion, the one that was supporting it, that became, the one who became the statistic, who actually was all for it but did it and woke up the next day and said, damn. Or took to the child's, cries and smiles and all the things that life provides for us to take to. You can't be of acknowledgement of how life consists of, then you shouldn't consist of it. It's as plain and simple as that. You want to find out that this individual has something to give to you or provide for you in a means that where it comes to when it calls for sexual becoming. What kind of shit is that? How you going to sit there and be like, is this the person that I'm going to have a child with? Is this the person that I'm going to take to when it comes to every day with my child's life? Is this a decision that I truly want when it comes to the fact that I want him to be my father? It's too late for all that. You already made the choice to sleep with him. You shouldn't have slept with the dude. You shouldn't have took to that man. You shouldn't have had that drink. You shouldn't took to that blunt. You shouldn't have took to that ecstasy pill. You shouldn't have gave in to, those sexual, or I'd say desires, but a desire is something that has and provides for us to be of all, so we can acknowledge the fact on how it is that we have to take to, because on how you glorify that one beautiful blessing that has life being. That's a desire. So I really don't want to say desire, but I get it. I'm going to place things to be to where it is what we know, to go with. It's for you to focus, take the mind and place to an understanding of how it is that your life is to give, and then make a choice that should I or shouldn't I. The should mean, should I not wear this on this day that I prepared 6 months prior to the time that we met? Should I, not, wear my hair like this, do that? Once you make that decision, it consists of, holiness. I know you, you know me. You've evaluated me for the very reason, or I finished your sentences before you even thought I could, or I sat there with a conversation that consists of you, your mother, your tias, and was capsulated by it because on how it is it took to me to provide for me to give, and left the man out of the whole conversation, having him look at her and the mother and the tia get along together, the aunt being like, wow, like she fitted right in. She took to what she took to, with grace and beauty and purity. Or is this the person that my father would sit there and give to, as far as when it comes to on how a father is to give to somebody that has for his daughter, Yes, man, that would be a good choice. And I see how he is, what he does, and I shook his hand, and it has calluses, and it provides for a 12-hour shift or a season to be. Those are the things that we're to take to before the time comes, the moment comes where we take to. Not a nightcap, not a frustration, not a sexual relief, that frustration you get, like, man, I need some dick or I need some pussy right quick. It's the same shit, same old shit. Homeboy gonna sit there and fuck, knowing the bitch is ugly, but she comes out pregnant and you're mad as fuck, pissed off at your fucking self that this bitch came out pregnant because the hoe's ugly. And you're pushing for it, not acknowledging how the fuck it is that God has for you to give. Not allowing yourself to take to on the blessing of on what you provided for yourself. We're all placed in a position to give, and that position is called a day. It's labeled so beautifully to place together gatherings of on how it is that you have to give to yourself. Monday through Sunday, consider is consistent, provide for months and years to come. That's why they have to be educated. The uneducated are at the educated's mercy. That's why you're to take to the things you need to give to the shit you have before you, because life's gonna ask you a fucking question and you're gonna answer it with the only said bit of motherfucking intelligence, knowing that this world is full of complications and dimensions that provide for us to have and to reap from the fruits of it. This world is constructed to give. This world is placed before us to glorify by taking to one another in the manner it is that we have to give, not removing from it. Not saying, shit, I can't function right now, I can't wake the fuck up, I got anxiety, I'm depressed, shit, I'm bipolar, I'm taking to the things that don't allow me to think because I took to a decision that I shouldn't have. And now we're at where we're at, and I'm not at the blessing to fucking be myself or give to a day, or not as that conversation, or I get fucked up when someone starts to speak the truth about this or that you shouldn't have did this or you shouldn't have did that. And when there was no acknowledgement of God when you took to abortion or you took to that bitch, you sit there and say, well, fuck, you ain't no better than me. You're a sinner just like me. How are you to say about what I did when you do just as I do, or you've done just as I've done? Because ain't nobody perfect, so they say. Peace, I bring you peace, I leave you peace, give on to others. Is how the Lord placed, put, and provided for us to gather from. He took care of shit. That's why it's immaculate conception. It means that I grabbed everything that I needed to grab, and I took to everything that I needed to take to provide for each and every soul and spirit to consist of one another, so y'all can be in heavenly beings. You know what I mean? I keep to the fact that in heaven they cry. I keep to the fact that my father has, shit that he shouldn't have, hurt that he shouldn't have, pain that he shouldn't have, shit that no father should have to see or address, because nobody wants to take to what they want to take to or do as they have to give to provide for themselves to receive. And the Bible, it strictly says, and it says right there from the beginning to the end, what to do, how to do, and when to do it. But nobody cares to take to life in the way that it has give, because for the simple reality of the shit is because they tend to the motherfucking selves. Some people got it, and even the church takes a certain shit and doesn't allow things to be of. You got people divided like a motherfucker, and this shit's sad because we all have one love. We have a heart to give, a soul to give, and it takes to everything. It's like a compass. It's like 7 beautiful heavenly brothers, angels taken to every part of this world, providing for direction to be of, so we can all consist of. You know, that's what's kind of fucked up. That nobody wants to give to one another in the manner it is that they deserve to receive, because me and mine. You know, it's interesting decisions that you make that are gonna sit there and encapsulate your ass and not allow you to say, speak, have, feel, hear, or be able to be at the blessing to listen. There's a difference between hearing and listening. I heard what you say. When you listen to me, you're paying attention and taking to mind what the fuck is that is truly important when it comes to giving the life. Your mind is cluttered, fucked up, not at the place where it comes to be when you sit there and think that the only motherfucking resolution is to kill a child. Sit there and have the doctor take it away from you, put it on a jar, and then put that bitch right there in front of you so you can see it, not allowing you to be able to conceive the rest of your life when you thought you were going to be able to. Wanting to, you know, take away from that time, removes from the life that's in front of you. Having you put your feet up in the air against the wall, praying, hoping God will provide for that to come, when you in your own self took away from yourself to have, because on how you allowed that man to provide for you a day of, you know, you and how you belong. You know, you can't sit here and tell me that the fact that, you know, my body this, my body that, my understanding has, you know, my feelings and all this other shit that consists of when it comes to women's rights and whatnot. The reality of the shit is that men are stronger than women for the very reason that it's to provide for your beautiful fucking grace and how it is that you all deserve. Men are more bulkier, men are more at the understanding to provide for, so you can sit and take to what it needs to have you take to mind and be of, you know, clarity, peace of mind. You gotta take in prayer and provide for that to be. Everything will give when it comes to the fact that you have to give. You gotta take to eyes that see. Their child's, not yours. Not that that dude or not that that person was attractive, had a big dick, big tits. She wasn't pretty, he wasn't handsome. However, whatever my mother, my father want to prove, all of a sudden, you should have took to those measures and do what you needed to do to give and have and keep that blessing that's before you. Give to life, huh? I love New York. Abortion up to 9 months. What the fuck? God bless, huh?